Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be playing some more Strange Antiquities. We're going to be heading into our final day, I think, judging by the sort of numbered days when we go to the sort of inter-day narrative type thing. Here we go. We know the casket is leaking out. Not quite sure what crepuscular power is. It's certainly nothing my guinea pigs have ever had, the crepuscular though they be. It festered and pulsated until it could no longer be contained. Some part of it reached out from the darkness, creating eyes so that it might find itself, and hands so that it might open itself. The casket wanted to be opened. I think it's a bad idea to open it. Now, the eyes, I think it's making people with the black eyes, they're searching for the box, so I think that's what all that is referring to. So we're going into our last one of these. It looks like the top of a key. No, pile of books. I lie below books and scrolls, on the esoteric and the arcane. I lie below books and scrolls, on the esoteric and the arcane. Okay. I lie below books and scrolls, on the esoteric and the arcane. Okay, well it could mean the library, or it could mean... I was going to say strange horticulture, but that doesn't have... Yeah. Can I click on myself? 29. Right back where I started. Yeah, what did I expect? But there is the library, 26. So let's try that again. We did that before. Oh, maybe it is this? The Wordsworth Library is a quiet haven of books and knowledge. Its shelves well stocked and well kept, a place where time slows the return of the page. The librarian, Simone, sits at the desk, her focus fixed on her work, as always. I found some strange old books that dig into the history of strange antiquities, she says without looking up. It's very old, you know. I'll be sure to visit if I uncover anything useful. Okay. So maybe that was a bit on the nose. Let's have a look at the castle. We do have library. Could be that. Esoterica and Arcana looks right, doesn't it? Entering the library, I am drawn to a dark alcove round to the right, bearing the title Esoterica and Arcana. I'm sure there is much to learn here, but sadly a cursory glance is all I have time for today. Piled up on a reading desk, I find books on ornithology alongside bestiaries of the old world. You can learn a lot about a person from the books they read. Oh, no, I get it now. So it said I lie underneath that. So if we superimpose that onto here, we've got... could be any of these rooms. I think I've been in the Jupiter room, though, so we could try... That's probably where the symbol is. I guess we'll try this? No, we're probably going to get some fear, but I get kind of what it's saying now. This is the first floor, this is the ground floor. Could be... it could be any of these things, couldn't it? It could, in theory, be the ballroom as well. Okay, we didn't get punished for that. I'm just gonna click on all the rooms that are below books and scrolls. Yeah. I thought it would be that, but clearly it wasn't. Okay, we're going to build up a little bit of fear, I think, but I don't know how to sort of narrow the search on this. I'll click on the Jupiter one as well. I think I've been there. Okay, well that was unhelpful. And I think I've... Unless it means one of these rooms. There is... well... it could be this one as well, I guess. It's the last one. As I open the door, I'm hit by the musty smell of damp. This room hasn't been entered for some time. The corner of the room is piled high with scrolls of parchment and old books, but underneath the debris I find something of interest. That's the shin. 100%. But let's have a quick look. It is made of driftwood. It has a turquoise water gemstone. It is weathered. There we go. I'm confident enough to get a green label this, you know. Let's be bold and daring. I'm pretty sure that is the shin. Which means I have something else that isn't labelled. This would go there. It's getting very cramped there now. But so what I thought was the, you know, I'm pretty sure that's not the shin. This could be the other one I wasn't that sure of as well, the water shadow, because it has the water stone. So I'm gonna. This one I don't get any kind of psychic thing off at all, but it has the turquoise gemstone. So I don't think I know what this is at all. Just gonna unlabel you, pop you back over with this one. I think I won't green label it, but I think you are the water shadow. Just makes sense with that water stone in there. Very ordinary item, nothing thalmic coming off it. Let's open up the shop. Eli.
The museum was ransacked last night. I went looking for my brother, but he's nowhere to be found. The good news is they didn't find what they were looking for. I moved the casket myself and hid it here in one of Strange Antiquities' vaults. It's safe for now, but we can't leave it here for long. I have more to prepare, but I've left instructions on how to access the vault in the desk drawer.
Okay. A candle that gives off no light. An anchor that has never touched the ocean. A finger, but not of flesh. So he's probably talking about these three things, right? Well, okay. So we have the Garrick's candle. Ooh. Let me bring this up here. An anchor that's never touched the ocean. So there is a something anchor, isn't there? Shadow anchor. And a finger, but not of flesh. Witch's finger. That's only red labelled, but I'm reasonably confident in this one. Let's try it. There we go. I don't think that confirms that's the witch's finger, incidentally, as well. Okay. So let's do another one of these. So we want... move that across. A couple more. There we go. That'll do it. So we want you, and you. It's the black casket. I'll have a look at that in just a second. First of all, let's confirm that this is what we thought it was. I don't think that combination would have worked otherwise. Ooh, I don't know exactly where you go, but somewhere in there. Right. Let's see what we can do. Blackened wood. Gold. Rough. Smooth. A complex feeling comes over me. It is both horrifying and yet compelling. What sort of thalmic feel does it give off? So that is a very strong Noctic field. Shall I put it in one of those for now? Okay, let's push on.
The lake has turned black. As omens go, I'd say there's probably quite a bad one. But the mail won't deliver itself.
I found this note in an old writing desk up at Gleaston Castle. I expect it will mean more to you. Fear in autumn, rising in winter. It feels all too prescient as we hurtle towards winter and a terrible, unknowable fate. Now, who was EB? Not sure. I might check my cast list. Fear in autumn, rising in winter. Adius. I didn't read his bio, I don't think, but we kind of know a bit about him now. We also have Eli, Verona, Rebecca Rose. That'll be him, Edmund Bishop. Oh yeah, he's the Lord of Gleeston Castle, so there we go. Oops, don't know why I'm doing that. Right, so first things first, let's look up the symbol for fear. Yeah, okay, so it's this kind of, I think it was like the Blair Witch sign kind of thing. And remind myself which one's autumn. I think it's the one that looks a bit like an acorn. Yes. Okay, so fear in autumn. Let's have a look. This one. Rising in... what did he say? Rising in winter. Oops. That's... oh, okay, it's that room. Okay. I searched the room at the foot of the western tower quite thoroughly before finding a stash of papers. To my dismay, they are largely the scrawlings of a madman, but amongst the nonsense there is some valuable information. Ooh, okay. Ooh. Okay, I think we've only got a couple I haven't even read labels, so that probably, hopefully, relates to these two things. I saw something about a storm ward, and I've got one that has all the weather signs on it. These simple items supposedly grant a low level of protection against the elements, but this author has personally become soaked to the bone in one too many downpours to trust those claims. Made from metal, typically bronze or iron. Okay, well I'll red label it because you never know, but I'm very certain that is that. And the other one was a Manus, I think it said. According to Whitelock, these are lighter than an evocant by half. Not exactly the most useful insight. They're carried by desert nomads who use them to conjure precious water from the cool night air. I don't think that works for that, does it? Okay, well let's hang that on there for now. What else have I red labeled that could be? Argyle? No, that's earth signs on that. It's possible I don't have the artifact for it, of course. These are lighter than an evocant. Yeah, you'd imagine it would be a flask of some kind, no? But well, where's my evocant? That weighs a pound. What is this way? I mean, it's the right weight. I'll red label it. I'm not at all confident in that, though. Manus. And it's got the word man in it, and it is kind of shaped like a person, isn't it? But I'm nowhere near confident on that one. But it's the right weight, so, you know, probably enough for a red label anyway. And with that, we've at least labelled everything in our possession. It's pretty cool.
It's time to end this. Now, bring the casket to the pit.
Okay, so we'll do that, and then I suspect we've got to make a choice as to what we do with it. Let's go do it. The The sun is low in the sky as we arrive at the pit, casting a warm light across the treetops and the open fields. A solitary raven cries out from the tree line, and I look to the skies, but they are empty. The pit itself is an ominous sight that the otherwise serene atmosphere can do nothing to diminish. It is a scorched black hole, perhaps 5 meters in diameter, and has an unnatural look to it. This is a site of thalamic convergence.
It's no simple thing to destroy an object of this kind. We need to set up opposing powers at opposing compass points, strength and weakness, light and darkness. Finally, we need the light of caution to bind them.
Okay. So let's have his instructions out. So it doesn't say, it just says opposing. It doesn't sort of say one has to be north, one has to be south, whatever. Right. Well, we know that the Witherance is the weakness, so let's have that south. We'll have the Fortinance, wherever that is. That's the opposite. That's pretty easy. Now, light and dark. Myself of the precious stones. So fire and so anything with like amber, fire and light, heat and life. The bloodstone is dark. Blackstone is fire and fury. So the actual blackstone is not necessarily symbolizing of darkness, although the striated one is. I wonder if he does mean the stones. I mean, I've got objects that kind of symbolize those things. There are actually stones, like maybe I should have a pale yellow stone? Well, if it's not going to work, I suspect it will just not work, but... but if we just go with the stones, then we've got this sort of striated black there. And then an amber, the sun bond, and then the light of caution I've got as a red label. This one. Is that going to work? No. I'm very close. It's just one of these items I'm not sure about. Okay, what is that likely to be? Could be the light of caution. Because because there are 2 caution things, aren't there? I might have them the wrong way round. Let's try popping this in. Okay, so that one is right. Process of elimination. So let's have a think. I think the strength and darkness, the hearing charm might be wrong then. Have I got another striated or something that just symbolises the night? Thinking maybe the Corvins might. Okay, I suggest it's the darkness one I'm not quite getting right now. Could be the Tenebrine Cloak. It does kind of stand for darkness. There we go. Eli inspects my work. His face shows little emotion, but he seems satisfied. By now, the sun has finished setting, and only a hint of red afterglow remains in the darkening sky. The raven croaks his mournful cry once again, but this time there is a reply and then another. I look up and see several dark shapes circling above.
Quickly now, they're here.
I spin around to follow Eli's gaze, and my pulse quickens as I look out across the field. A large group of shadowy figures is walking steadily towards us. We can't see their faces at this distance in the low light, but I'd be willing to bet that every one of them has pools of midnight for eyes. In the sky above, the ravens continue to grow in number, and their caws and cries get louder and louder. I look down at the black object in my hands. Such a small thing, and yet its seductive power is impossible to ignore. It wants to be opened. Suddenly, it feels inevitable.
The casket, now!
But I'm not sure I want to give it to him. I mean, I'm gonna, but just remind myself what the Wixit cord does. Oh, they're the paralysis ones. Yeah, no, we're gonna let's go for a good ending here. Give him the casket. The wave of intoxicating power washes over me, but I hold strong against it. I hand over the casket, and together we begin activating the items arranged around the pit. Working as fast as we can, it still takes longer than we'd like, and when I look up again, the thaumaturge has fear in his eyes. We're too late. The mob is upon us. One of them grabs Eli and tries to wrestle the casket from his hands. I rush across to help him, but it's no use. They're all around us. The man tears the casket free and it clatters to the floor, skittering towards the edge of the pit, before coming to rest on the precipice. A grey-haired woman stoops to pick it up, and I'm surprised to find that I recognise her. It's Verona Green, the occult scholar. Now, she was the one that I think I at least intended or tried to give her the item that would kind of help her recover from this condition. I guess we're about to find out if I was successful. The mob cheers, but Verona turns towards me and I am no longer afraid. Her eyes are ringed with darkness, but they are not black. Back from the dead. She winks at me and throws the casket into the pit. At the same moment, Eli activates the light of caution. Time stands still, and then there is a rush and a roar as a swirling vortex of blue-green light races up out of the pit. The casket is sent soaring up into the sky, where it seems to hang for a moment, turning slowly in the air until, with a shriek of shrieking, splintering crash, it shatters into 1,000 pieces, and then there is nothing but smoke and the smell of ozone, and all is quiet. It has been a few weeks since the casket was destroyed, but I am still riding high on the elation and relief from that night. Everything seemed to come together right when it needed to, and somehow we avoided a terrible catastrophe. Those who were under the casket's spell were released almost immediately. They remember nothing from their ordeal, but there seems to be no lingering ill effects, and Dr. Robertson says they have all made a full recovery. It is rare for Eli to express much emotion, but even he congratulated me on my strength and resolve in the face of such darkness. He, too, felt the allure of the casket and was worried that it would overwhelm me. He told me, with a faint hint of pride, that I would make a fine thaumaturge. Ending 1, a catastrophe avoided. Oh, we got some endings here. Eli White, alive. Verona Green, alive. Rebecca Rose, alive. Barton Potter missing, presumed dead, went through the storm. We never saw him again. Edmund Bishop stayed at Gleaston Castle, weathered the storm. Francesca Robertson, alive. Bonnie Robertson, insane. Her thoughts are scattered after being sliced with a diverging hook. Oh dear. Audrey Bell, deceased, murdered by her own bloodthirsty followers when the casket was not opened. Okay, so she was pro-opening the casket then. Jack Hungerford, insane, never recovered after falling deeper into the trance. Thaddeus White, alive. Simone Green, alive. Jupiter rescued, fully recovered from his catnapping ordeal. So, which suggests that it's entirely possible not to rescue Jupiter. I don't know what monster would allow that to happen. Or perhaps they just did something wrong and weren't able to do it. Let's have a look at this. So, Jack Hungerford, could I have saved him? I don't know. I don't remember him particularly. Bonnie, yeah, so Bonnie was the one who wanted the Corvin's Might, and we refused to give it to her. And then we kind of pacified her with the diverging hook, so she's just gone mad. Audrey Bell is interesting, because I wanted to find that stone circle that she was referring to. It's possible that maybe at the end, where we're laying stuff in the circle, perhaps I could lay different stuff. But I was kind of waiting for her to kind of come and summon me. Like I said, I tried clicking on a few stone circles, and nothing ever happened. Barton Potter, we were obviously given a couple of... I thought I went with the best options for him. I mean, I went with the options that allowed him to access this tall stone door. It's possible if you're given the one the Babelia that translates the language that was on the stones. He said there was a rumor that it would curse you, so possibly he doesn't. It's possible he doesn't actually have a happy ending. Maybe missing is his happy ending, and the other one is he gets cursed or goes insane. I don't know to be honest. But that's kind of cool. Let's continue then and see what happens. It probably just goes back to the beginning, does it? Yeah, it goes to the credits. Cool. Okay. I mean, I'm wondering... Oh, we got day 19 epilogue. Okay, no, we'll keep playing then. We'll keep playing. Good. Hey, Jupiter, we're back in the shop. Tess Sherwood. My father is suffering from Morgan's insanity. His doctors have given up on him, but Dr. Robertson told me there might be a way to save him. She said it might be possible to stop the infection spreading by cutting the poisonous thoughts from his mind, but she said it was beyond her skill. It's a diverging hook. Let's have a quick look at the curses. Morgan's insanity, poison of the mind. Let's read. So the diverging hook. I suspect that's what she's after, but I just want to have a quick check. Okay.
There's an old hermit living out past Westwater who barely comes into town. He brings me lists now and then for odd things. This time he wants something that will pull water from thin air. No idea if he's mad or onto something, but I said I'd ask around.
So this is the one that I don't know if I've got right. Sounds like she's after the Manus. Let's give it a go. Yeah, I don't... Pull water... Yeah, so... It does suggest it should be in my shop. It's nothing I have unlabelled. So I don't have anything unlabelled. I'm fairly certain that's what she wants. It's going to water. Yeah, it's not, so it's the Manus that she wants. It does look like it should be a flask or something. It's lighter than an Eva can by half. Well, yeah, I mean, I did weigh that. Precious water. So the symbol for water again is... it's the downward triangle. The other thing I can think of, it could be this. Let's give it a go. Ah, there we go, that's a Manus. So it's got the stone for water. I didn't check the weight, but we're there, so... And that does mean I have no idea what that little tin thing is. But someone may come in and help us identify it. Cecil Bateman.
My lungs are shot. My doctors have told me to settle my affairs, but I'm not ready to give up, not yet. I've heard of a local story about the Witch of Undermere and her healing abilities. They say it's dangerous and painful, but sometimes it works.
Yeah, so he's after the witch's finger. I remember that kind of thing that it can do. I'm visiting a High Green church. I was able to learn that the witch... I didn't do that. It's nice that you can do that. Didn't occur to me. Owen Fox.
My farm's diseased, my crops won't hold, and even the animals are uneasy. My old man says the earth's angry. He says I should call upon caution for wisdom and blessings. Can you help? This land's all I've got.
So he wants a caution thing. Could be the Corcena? That's definitely the light of Korchen. I can confirm that now because we used it in the ritual, so we know that's what that is. But that's not what he's after. I'll try this. Yeah. Korchena, right? Yeah. Use an index to remind myself the Korchena is a serpent goddess. I did that. It has an imposing aura. Did that. Several connections to the earth, the jade eyes, the clay material. Yeah. So we kind of verified it through those means, which is cool. So that is now confirmed. C goes in there, getting a bit tight.
I collect rare artifacts, especially those with, shall we say, questionable uses. The weaving edge has always fascinated me. I don't plan on using it, heavens no. Blood magic, old traditions, I simply must have it.
Now, I think that's this. Yep. I'm just going to start sticking stuff. I don't know. We'll just confirm stuff will start to stick over here. Shelves are getting a bit creakingly full. Francis Mason.
I've read the tales of Calorus from cover to cover. I was surprised to learn of some of the powers he could wield. Did you know that he could walk through walls? I read that he used a water's shadow, but now we've lost the knowledge of how they work over the years. I don't expect I'll get very far with it, but I'd like to study one all the same. Who knows? Perhaps I'll succeed where others have failed.
Now this is one I haven't even read labeled. I mean, I had the one that ended up being the Manus. It is the tin, possibly the tin one. That's the only one of these that I think makes some kind of sense. So let's... it is. Okay, cool. Water Shadow. Yeah, so this was the one that produced a very faint thalamic field. That was the only real way to give it away. That's the one I had as Water Shadow originally until I kind of thought maybe it was the other one. That's cool.
I've been studying old texts, references to things hidden beneath the surface of our world. They mention the use of a spirit eye to see beyond the black veil. It's something I'd like to experience for myself.
Seems reasonable, right? Spirit Eye. So this is, yeah, this is one that I'm very confident on, but we've never actually confirmed. So there it is. Opposing symbols, heat and cold. Malachite hints the ability to see a world beyond ours. There we go. Alice Holtby.
My grandmother followed the old ways. She kept a Dradic altar in the cellar. She believed in asking for nature's blessing before a harvest. I found a note about a ritual meant to bring abundance, but it needs an argyle. This seems like the place to find one.
Yeah, so I think this is our little clay pot here. Ta-da! Symbols for earth around the rim, produces a Dradic field. Yes. Alright, we'll just bump you over here. Tommy Brown.
I work the riverbed searching for stones, amethyst, jade, maybe Vivianite if I'm lucky. It's hard to spot them in the muck, but I heard about these remnants that let you feel the glimmer through the dirt. Worth a shot.
I guess I'm going to look up sight. See if there's anything there that might help. Vision. Okay. I'm wondering if it's the resonant compass. We got over here, Stormward. What's the Lumina do? That's not it. Gus, is it? Doesn't really fit, does it? It's a very vague request, this one. Feel the glimmer, so... Oh wait, what was that? Something lets you feel something. Lets you feel the glimmer through the dirt. Alright, let's looking for a term that might help this. Feeling helps you. Okay, what? That doesn't really fit. Gemstone, maybe. Okay, let's work through this Ares remnant. Nope. No. 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 Nope. Maybe. I'll try Sunbond. Might work. No, I'm gonna have to do the dice game. Helps you feel the glimmer in the dirt. Okay. I mean, it's possible. Let's see what else we got. Ooh, hang on. Almic needle, perhaps? No. Definitely not. No. Try Cassander, perhaps. Noctic Sight? No. That's just the one that lets you breathe, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, let's try Cassander. Is that one of my red label things? Gonna be dice? I don't know. I don't quite get what he's asking. Well, I get what he wants. It's very vague though. Might even use the hint system after this. What have we got? Got a couple of moons. Oh, yeah. Let's save the moons. And a sun. Taking quite a lot off the table there. Roll again. Oh, that's a bad roll. Thank you, Jupiter. Is it worth bang? Let's just get the ones as they come. I was thinking maybe we save it for a 3 of a kind or something, but well, we got the 3 of a kind and the cat. We'll do the 3 of a kind though, because I imagine that will disappear. We've got 2 cats, so I'll save that for that roll. Ooh, 2 more cats. I mean, that does actually work for that. Just need 1 cat now. There we go. You, sir, are tricky. I might actually use the hint. Oh, God, yeah, okay. I get it. Oh, really? Okay, well, I know what an Ares remnant is. Why does he want that in particular? Oh, because he can feel by touching. He literally, it's not a mental feeling, it's a literal through his fingers feeling. Okay. Fine. We already had that identified, so. Thomas Pope, hello. We've had a bit of a snag and I've had to shut down the quarry. Our dynamite supplies had a little accident. I'll spare you the details. I wonder, is there anything among your fine collection that could get us up and running again in the short term? I'm losing money by the minute. What are you asking for? Maybe he wants something explosive? I don't think have I got anything like that? Tell me what you want. A pit. Why would a pit work? Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. Sure, okay. I'd kind of forgotten that property of that item. We already knew what that was, though. William Wheatley.
My thesis is on the psychology of fear, but books can only take me so far. I need to feel it properly. I'm sure you have something.
Okay, well that should be easy enough to look up. Fear. Yeah, we'll try Azia, which is also one I need to have confirmed. I think it's this. Yep. So that's another one we've green labelled. Althea Rocher. I have been looking into carving the Bloody Queen for a book on historical figures that I'm writing. I'm finding it surprisingly difficult to verify much of her story. I was hoping to take a look at one of the bloodstone artifacts that were created in her name, if you have one, of course. So Corvin's Might, yeah, but that is one. I'm pretty sure it's that. Yeah. For all the reasons that we suspected, that's what it was. It's good. Only a few red label things left now. I'm not trying to hurt anyone, just shift their thinking a little. Sometimes all it takes is a suggestion in the right state of mind. Anything suitable? So she's looking for the hypnosis thing, I think, which is the folly. Oops. There we go. Another green label. So really, there should only be a few things left. My sons are out of control. Jail doesn't teach them anything. Year behind bars and they come back worse. I want them to feel the wrong they've done. For real penance, they might change their ways. It's probably none of those things. It might. I'm wondering if it might be the abrasive nether, though. Let's have a look. No, that's not what it is. We could look up guilt. Yeah, I mean, it seems. I mean, we've had that confirmed, but I feel like that's probably what she's looking for.
Is a lawman snooping around the blacksmith's guild? Can't have them poking into parts of the business they're not supposed to, if you catch my drift. I need a way to keep them out.
Lunamar. Now, I spelled it wrong here. I put Lumina, but I'm pretty sure it's that. Yeah. That's another one confirmed. I'll also have to correct the spelling on it. Only a couple left unidentified. Well, unconfirmed now. Well, and the nether.
I can't bear the pain any longer. I'd rather have no memory of her at all than suffer like this. Don't talk me out of it. Already made up my mind.
Yeah, I think I was going to say he wants an abrasive nether. Let's have that. Okay, it was actually, yeah, alright, that was a process of elimination, apparently, which we kind of did anyway, so that's cool. Alright, a couple more. My brother captains a small fishing vessel in Haverig. There was a big storm last month and 2 boats never came home. I remember what the old sailors used to carry. Charms, tokens, things to keep the sea calm, or at least keep you afloat. I want to give him something like that, just in case. So she's after a shin, which... Did I put over here? No, although I haven't had it confirmed. I was that confident that's what it was. I just put it there. There we go. Okay, so he can't talk, so he needs the tongue roller thing. The Tormund's Bane. Yep. That's cool. So, just the Storm Ward now. You would think... Oh, hang on.
Finally, I thought I'd be silent forever. I've been studying the eye and trying to give a voice to the markings on the stones. Next thing I knew, I couldn't speak. It's been a dreadful few weeks.
Potentially the last one of David Schaefer.
Rain, again. Soaked to the bone before I'm halfway through my rounds. I'm fed up with it. Got a few bob to spare. If you know a way to keep me dry.
Ah, so that would be the Storm Ward. Potentially our last thing. Got a little achievement, identifying all the items. Perfect. It's kind of nice he was our last guy as well. And with that I'm done. Time for a well-earned rest, right after I give Jupiter one last scratch behind the ears. And we will do, let's just, a little bit of housekeeping here. Bing, 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 just stick it there. There we go. Everything identified. Give Jupiter a little bit of fuss. Can you fuss Jupiter on different parts? Yeah, it's mainly on the head, behind the ears. There you go. Would you like to knock off the plant one last time? Nope. All right, cool. Well, we'll leave it there. What happens when I end the day? I'll probably just go back to the menu screen, maybe. Yeah. So I'll just say thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this playthrough of Strange Antiquities. I liked it a lot. As I think I said in an earlier episode, I really enjoyed Strange Horticulture, but I appreciated that this added a few different types of gameplay elements to the formula that we saw there. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I even enjoyed the dice game that kind of cut back on the fear if you made too many mistakes in a row. It was quite a fun little mini game as it happens. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. As ever, I'm interested to hear them. As for potentially different endings, I can see one at the end where you would, you'd open the casket, so you'd paralyze Eli, and then maybe things would branch off a little bit more from there. Obviously, there's a lot. I don't think it's a case of just going back and replaying the last day, though, because there's obviously other stuff like with Verona, where we cured her, but we were given the choice not to. There are also some other choices with other characters as well, wasn't there? Where we went tried to do a paragon playthrough, if you like, a good playthrough. But there are definitely ways you could mess with people a bit more, or sort of embrace the darkness a bit more, which would probably lead to a different kind of ending as well. Like I said, I did try to find the stone circle that would have helped with that priestess thing, but I don't know if I just wasn't finding it right, or whether I would have needed to have done more to go through that path earlier on in the playthrough to steer things more in that direction. I don't know. Honestly, not sure. But let me know your thoughts on that as well. But yeah, really fun game. Enjoyed it a lot. Brilliant. Thanks very much for watching. If you have enjoyed all this, if you could hit that like button one last time, that'd be fantastic. Do leave a comment as well, as I said. Big thank you as ever to our channel members for supporting the channel. It's really appreciated that you guys are doing that. And if people are interested in seeing upcoming episodes of other series that I run on the channel, obviously this one's drawn to an end now, but I'll always make recorded videos available to members first before they go out publicly. So if there's something that interests you, then please do check it out as well. Otherwise, I'll just say thanks very much one last time for watching this far with me. And yeah, I hope to see you elsewhere on Boring Dad Gaming for other games and other playthroughs. Bye for now.